Boardgames 4K.
Hello, we're back. This is part 5 of our complete run through of our entire board game collection, and we hope you're having fun this far into it. We're getting a little bit out of hand, isn't it? I mean, how long's it been now? We've done about an hour's worth of this stuff, but we're going to crack on and let's have it. Up here we've got Incognito. This is a deduction game where you're exploring the city of Venice. It's crap. We don't like it. I don't know what's there. We should have put it in the loft with all the other games we don't play, or given it a charity. But yeah, it's not that great. But there you go. Lovely production values, nice miniatures and stuff, but a bit poo. Mombasa. This is Alexander Pfister's I don't know, bookkeeping game. We haven't played it. We really want to play it, but I don't know. It just looks a bit boring, doesn't it? I know it's not, but it looks boring, so I don't know. Anyway, Captain Sonar. This is a wonderful multiplayer game where everyone takes on a different role in a submarine, a bit like this one, a bit like Space Cadets. Everyone takes on a different role with different things to do, and you're sort of blindly going around a map trying to find the other team to launch torpedoes to blow them up. And this is one of the best games we've ever played. It's absolutely super, but there is a caveat to that. You do need to have at least 6 players to play it, so unfortunately it doesn't get to the table as much as we would hope it did. But if you haven't played Captain Sonar, you are living in a cave. Right, so Florenzo. This is a game about artists in Florence, and we haven't played it. We read that it was actually quite good, but again, it's a bit like this one. The theme seems a bit dead, doesn't it? It just feels like you're sort of talking to a dead person when you're playing this one. But we haven't played it. We heard some good things about it, and we are hoping to get a playthrough of this one done soon. Black Fleet. This is a lavishly produced by the wonderful game company Space Cowboys. It's an entry-level pirate-themed game. It's nowhere near as complex as Merchant and Marauders. It's a pick-up and deliver game with some of the best components we've ever seen, and it's remarkably good fun. So if you haven't heard of Black Fleet, or you haven't played Black Fleet, then you need to go and play Black Fleet. Right, Ultimate Warriors. This reminds us of King of Tokyo, but with sort of fantasy. It's like a fantasy sort of Mexican wrestling type thing. So you all take control of this weird character, and you go toe to toe in an arena that is the actual box, and it's absolutely fantastic. It's really different. I'm surprised that we don't hear about this as much, and there hasn't been any expansions, but it's super. So this is, I can't remember what this is. Richard Garfield's Treasure Hunters, is it? And it's okay. It's not too bad. We picked it up in a big massive bundle of Queen games, and yeah, Parfum. We haven't played this one. This is another one we picked up in the Queen. In fact, all the rest of these, apart from Escape, we picked up in a big bargain bucket sort of Queen Games sale thing. So Parfum, we haven't played it. It's about making different types of perfume, and I can't say so much about it. So Escape Coaster Temple, one of the best real-time games ever made. We've got every single expansion and mini expansion, and it's crammed into this box, and we've got more because they've just done a Kickstarter with some extra content, so we can't wait for that. This is absolutely awesome. So you've got a 10-minute timer with a soundtrack, and you're trying to get into the temple and get out of the temple before it collapses with as much treasure as possible. And the expansions add traps, they add all sorts of different things. It's a 5-star game, and we will do a review of this at some point. We'll do a quick playthrough for you, and yeah, you need to have this game in your life or you're silly. So Kingdom Builder. This one's Builder's Yarn 2012. Blimey, was it that long ago? That's insane. And yeah, I mean, there's a few raised eyebrows on this one, the Game of the Year. It's pretty good, but it's not as good as this would make you believe. So Neptune, we've not played it. Again, it's one of these sort of bargain bucket Queen games. It's probably a load of crap, but I don't know. Anyway, Fresco, wonderful game, worker placement game, which had the mechanism where you have to choose when you wake up in the morning. This one is absolutely superb. It's so simple and it's so thematic, and you wake up at a certain time in the morning, you send your workers out to get various resources so you can paint the Sistine Chapel kind of thing, and it's super. We've done a playthrough review of this, so go and take a look. So we'll just do these quick ones down here. You've got Magic Maze, another real-time game. You've tried to get into a mall, nick as much stuff as possible and get out without getting caught. It's great, it's wonderful, and it's it's quite a novel mechanism in that everybody's responsible for all the characters, but you can move them in different ways depending on which tile you pick out. So yeah, it's great. Holder and Isolde, this is a wonderful game actually. It's quite good. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not a 5-star game by any means, but you've got a series of these tracks and you're trying to get, each round you're trying to get as far ahead on each track as possible, and it's pretty good. Go and check out, we haven't done a review of this, go and check it out because it's it didn't really make much of a buzz, but we like it. Hamster Roll, this is a very bizarre dexterity game where you've got this sort of hamster wheel and with loads of different coloured blocks, and you're trying to place blocks in this hamster wheel as it moves around very slowly. We've done a quick playthrough of this, so it's really hard to describe really, but it's sort of like an abstract dexterity game which is really fun. So yeah, there's that one. There we've got Flip Ships. This is another dexterity game, and it's you take control of, it's a bit like Space Invaders in a box. You take control of these spaceships trying to stop waves and waves of alien invasions. The way this works is you put a sort of a token on the edge of the table and you flip it up and you're trying to land them on specific targets, and it's pretty good. You probably picked this one up cheap now, so yeah, there you go. There's Dead of Winter, War and Colonies. We've already talked about Dead of Winter. This plays up to 11 players, and there you go. We've got Animal Upon Animal, wonderful kiddies Habber game. It's a stacking game, so check that out. It's good for young kids. Pandemic Legacy, again, legacy games. We're waiting for when our kids are a little bit older before we burn through these legacy games, and it's meant to be quite good. Season 1, we haven't got Season 2 because we haven't played Season 1, so there you go. Beasts of Balance, this is a very novel sort of how do you put it, Bluetooth enabled, app enabled stacking game. We've done a playthrough of this one, and it's pretty good. You get all these sort of plastic animals and you're stacking them on, trying to get as many points as possible, a bit like sort of Jenga for the new generation. And the Game of 49, a surprisingly excellent abstract betting game. Really, really good. Really enjoyed this one. There's loads of bluffing, loads of excitement, tension, and it's I think you can get it for a £5, but yeah, if you can get it for a £5, pick it up. Sorry Sliders, another wonderful dexterity game where you're flicking these sort of sorry token things down this track to score them on a bullseye, and it's funnily it's absolutely superb. So we had to get this imported from the United States because we couldn't find it over here, but yeah, superb. Terraforming Mars, this has got the map, the extra maps, and the Venus Next expansion. We haven't got any of the other stuff, and we like it, but it's not as good as everyone says it is. It's okay, we do like it, but you end up with a massive hand of cards and with loads of stuff that you never get to use, so it's a bit weird, but yeah, it's still good, not too bad. Yeah, no, we went and played this, can't talk about it. It's set in sort of feudal Japan or feudal China or something, whatever, I don't know, can't really talk about it. The board looks absolutely superb, so there you go. Exodus, Proxima Centauri, another sort of 4X type of game. It's brilliant, really like it. Don't get it to the table very much because we've got loads of other space games, but yeah, we've got the first expansion in there. Plays up to 6 players, and it's nowhere near 45 minutes. That is a barefaced lie. Good, naughty. Steam Park, not played it. Dice chucking thing where you're trying to build the best theme park. Can't really say what it's about because we haven't played it. Lancaster, this is Matthias Kramer's one of his most famous games, which we haven't played. Again, we're really bad at this, aren't we? But yeah, so don't know what it's about, can't really say much about it. Pool Party, this is a sort of tiddlywinks sort of thing. You put this sort of fake swimming pool in the centre of the table, and you're all trying to flick these sort of plastic winged type things into the pool, and it's typical blue-orange. It looks complete shit, but it's actually quite fun. Anyway, Viticulture. This is a wonderful game by Jamie Stegmaier, the one that put him on the map. And we like Viticulture. We've got the Tuscany expansion in there. Basically, you're following 1 year of winemaking, spring, summer, autumn, winter, and then you repeat that, and so whoever's got the most points in the game wins. And it's an absolute classic. So there you go. The Walking Dead No Sanctuary board game got both expansions in there. Not played it, so we can't really talk about it, but it's meant to be quite good. Don't really like The Walking Dead, but we thought we'd pick it up because it was cheap as chips. Anyway, I have to squeeze in down here because it's getting a bit cramped. Friedrich, this is one of our favourite games of all time. It's one of the best war games of all time. It's absolutely brilliant. So what you're doing, one player plays Friedrich, and he is sort of the schizophrenic sort of general who creates alliances with people, but he's fighting against them as well. So yeah, we've done a playthrough of this. We're going to do another playthrough of this, and it's just sort of the simpler version of Maria. But if you haven't played Friedrich, I'm telling you now, you need to play this game because it is absolutely fantastic. Powerboats. This is a really, really, really fantastic racing game. Very simple. It doesn't look like much, but it's sort of like a roll and move game, but it doesn't feel like it. So yeah, Powerboats, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Medici, Reiner Knizia's fantastic sort of bidding game. Points is money, and you need money to buy stuff, but you need to buy stuff to get points. And yeah, that's it really. That's how you play it. So you got Ticket to Ride down here. It's going to get a bit cramped down here. So Ticket to Ride Europe. Alan R. Moon's absolute masterpiece. Yeah, it's getting a bit old, a bit too simple for us, but it still looks pretty, and we like bringing it out for the children, right? So Game of Thrones Catan, a nice take on bog standard Catan, and this had a few printing errors, so it's a bit disappointing. And Fantasy Flight, after we contacted them, told us to get stuffed, and yeah, it's a bit of a sour taste in our mouth, but it's still not bad. The only problem is if you're sitting behind the wall, you can't see the board, so a bit of an oversight there, Mr. Torber. But anyway, Pulsar 2849, Vladimir Sushi, brilliant, absolutely fantastic dice placement game. Doesn't look much because it's sort of drab colours and everything, but the choices available in this one are unsurpassed. And if you haven't played it, then you need to play it because it's absolutely 5 stars. River Dragon's a nice Matago game with wonderful production values. You're placing down bridges to try and cross over to the other side of the river, all the while sort of trying to avoid traps and all that sort of stuff. And it's really, really, really good. Stop Thief, a reprint of the 70s game of the same name. This is by Restoration Games, Rob Davio. It's been brought up to date, got an app, and it's really good. And yeah, we really enjoy playing this one because it's fantastic. Scrawl, this is a boardy version of Telestrations. No more to say there, it's just a rude version of that. What's that one? Castles and Catacombs. That's a more simplified, streamlined version of Catacombs, a disc flicking game where you're taking control of these medieval sort of fantasy characters and trying to kill off the opposition, blah blah blah. When I Dream, this is like a Dixit type thing where you are drawing cards and trying to, you've got a blindfold in there, so yeah, somebody puts on the blindfold and you're trying to describe dreams on the card, but you've got a sort of hidden traitor aspect to this one. So Soul, this is a pretty poor deduction game where you're trying to find a treasure. It's not as near as good as some of the other ones that are available, so it's instantly sort of forgettable, and it's at the bottom of the shelf for a reason. So Relic Runners, a forgotten gem by Days of Wonder, now sadly out of print. Very simple, running around trying to get as much treasure as possible. Not that great in production value, bit of a letdown with that because Days of Wonder normally make fantastic games like that, but yeah, still pretty good. Dead Last, sort of like a social party game, trying to bump off people, a bit like Cash and Guns, but without the guns. And yeah, there you go. So Cup of Cup, this is you roll the dice, and you're trying to find the cup. All the cups have got different symbols on them, so you roll the dice, and you're trying to find a cup that's not on the dice, that's the exception. And it's remarkably good fun. So Meteor, this is a time game where you've got meteors they're coming down and they're trying to blow the earth up, and you're trying to put out fires and stuff in real time, and it's all right. It's not that great, but it's all right. And we're going to wrap this up because my back's hurting because I'm turning into an old fart. So that's part 5. It's bloody hell, it's hot in there because that bloody light's really hot. But yeah, that's part 5 of our complete run through of our games. It's not finished yet by any means, so stay tuned. Someone put a comment in one of the other videos saying they think this is going to go up to 12 parts. I'm not sure about that, but don't count that out because it might go up to 100 parts, who knows. But thanks for watching. We'll be back with part 6. Leave some comments in the section about some games you've seen there. Tell us whether you like them and tell us whether you agree of whether or not we think certain games are shit or not. So we'll see you in part 6. Bye bye bye.